Archangel Gabriel's prophecy for you today, July 15th. He says your pending miracle has not only been approved, but Archangel Michael is personally ensuring its arrival. Get ready for incredible news. Open this before tonight for a life-changing update. The clock of heaven ticks differently than ours. What seems delayed on earth has already been delivered in the spirit. Today, July 15th, Archangel Gabriel has descended with a scroll bearing your name, sealed in gold. This isn't an ordinary message. It's a divine confirmation. For days, you felt the air stir, your soul tremble, and something shift beyond your natural senses. That was no coincidence. That was the ripple effect of a miracle already authorized. Today's prophecy is heaven's signature on what you've been praying for. You may think this message found you randomly, but heaven does nothing by accident. Gabriel is heaven's announcer, the one who declared the miraculous births, who whispers destiny into the ears of those chosen for divine change. Today, it is your name on his lips, and accompanying him is Archangel Michael, heaven's mightiest warrior, who has not only seen your struggle but vowed to clear the path for what is coming. This is more than a message. It is your official spiritual breakthrough. There's something pressing in the realm of angels right now. A time-sensitive release that must reach you before tonight. This is why Gabriel rushed forward with divine urgency. The enemy has tried to delay what's yours. Doubt crept in. Distractions surrounded you. But now the approval is sealed, and Archangel Michael is standing in front of you with sword drawn, ensuring the miracle arrives without delay. You were not forgotten. You were being prepared. This prophecy carries a frequency. As you read, it unlocks layers in your spirit that were hidden by fear, shame, or past disappointments. Gabriel's message is not just an announcement. It's an awakening. Heaven is realigning your timeline. By the end of this message, clarity will flood your heart. And with every word, divine timing will begin to move in your favor. The pending miracle is now active. The moment you align your belief, everything changes. Tonight, when the sky turns dark, the angelic realm will be wide open. Between 9 p.m. and 12 a.m., Gabriel's scroll will hover near your spirit. It will rest upon the one who recognizes it, who reads this and says, "That's for me." If you dismiss this as another message, it may bypass you. But if your spirit leaps while reading this, if something within you confirms it, know this: your life is about to shift dramatically. You are on the brink of fulfilled prophecy. Type "I am chosen" to get the blessing 4141. The moment Archangel Gabriel spoke your name aloud in the heavens, a shift occurred in the spiritual realm. Forces that had long stood in resistance began to tremble. Michael, the Archangel of war and divine justice, was immediately summoned. He drew his flaming sword, not in defense but in confirmation. The miracle Gabriel announced was no longer in waiting. It was assigned to you. Michael is not just guarding it, he's delivering it with divine authority. And when Michael moves, no power in hell can intercept what's yours. He has encircled your space right now. Whether you feel him or not, the air around you is thicker because of his presence. He walks in silence but speaks with thunder when needed. He's watching over your relationships, your finances, your thoughts, your health. This is not ordinary protection. It's war-level safeguarding. Michael knows what was sent to stop you. But the blessing you're about to receive is far too valuable to be left unguarded. That's why he stands watch. That's why this prophecy had to reach you today. Type "I am rising" to get the blessing 5637. You've been delayed before. Prayers went up, but the answers did seem to return. It wasn't that you were ignored, it was that timing wasn't yet aligned. But today's different. Gabriel doesn't speak without divine instruction. If you're reading this now, it means that God has synchronized your spiritual schedule with heaven's release. That means no more waiting, no more guessing. You've arrived at the divine moment, and this moment has been assigned your name. The heavens are open, and your miracle is fully prepared. But here's the critical part. You must respond spiritually. Gabriel brings prophecy, but you must receive it with full conviction. What you're stepping into now requires a mindset that's ready for acceleration. You can't bring the weight of yesterday into this divine moment. Michael is cutting ties as we speak, emotional attachments, hidden enemies, old cycles. If you feel an urge to let go of something or someone, it's not random. It's Gabriel and Michael aligning you with divine purity. Release what's expired. Make room for what's approved. This miracle coming isn't something small. It's not something you'll quietly carry. It will be visible, undeniable, and prophetic in nature. Others will look and say, "How did that happen for them?" And the answer will not be logical. It will be supernatural. You will say, "Heaven spoke my name," and that will be enough. You will no longer need to prove your calling. The favor upon your life will speak louder than any defense you try to give. This is divine validation, signed by Gabriel, delivered by Michael. Type "I am anointed to get blessing" 6271. Some of you have been praying for financial breakthrough, others for a healed body. Still others have begged heaven for clarity, peace, or restoration in relationships. No matter what form your miracle takes, the essence remains the same. It is heaven's response to your long-standing plea. It is not a delay any longer. It is not stuck in spiritual limbo. It is active, and it is en route. You must now posture your spirit to receive without doubting. You must be open, even if the method surprises you. Let today be the last day you question your worthiness to receive. Let it be the final day you talk yourself out of the miracle that bears your name. Gabriel did not come to whisper wishful thinking. He came to declare a divine fact. Michael did not draw his sword for someone else. He drew it for you. The angels are moving because of your name, your journey, your purpose. Today, you're not begging for blessing. You're stepping into what's already been declared as yours. As the sun sets on July 15th, the air will carry divine frequencies. You may feel warmth on your skin, sudden tears, or a heavy presence of peace. These are not signs of emotion. They are confirmations. Heaven is near. If you receive this with boldness, with faith, and with full surrender, then prepare yourself. Your surroundings are about to change. Your voice will carry more authority, and your prayers will begin to echo with power. Gabriel and Michael are both watching. Your moment has arrived. Type "I am victorious" to get the blessing 7355. In heaven's archives there are scrolls that remain sealed for years, sometimes generations. These scrolls carry destinies, purposes, and divine blueprints waiting for their appointed hour. Today, one such scroll hath been opened, and written across the top in glowing ink is your name. Archangel Gabriel hath been given the scroll by the Most High himself. This scroll doesn't just hold a blessing. It holds a divine strategy, a breakthrough path, and the final release of everything the enemy tried to hold back from you. As Gabriel unfurls the scroll, the words begin to activate your atmosphere. You may start noticing divine patterns, unusual timing, people entering or exiting your life. Do not be alarmed. This is part of the scroll's unfolding. What was once confusing will now become clear. The veils are being lifted. This is not just spiritual. You'll feel it in your reality. Things that didn't make sense before will suddenly align. You won't need to strive anymore. Heaven has taken over the orchestration of your next season. Type I'm rising to get the blessing 5783. Gabriel operates in divine intelligence. He doesn't just carry the message, he carries the exact timing of when that message must arrive. That's why this message couldn't come yesterday and why it can't wait until tomorrow. There is a divine window open right now, a sacred time portal through which your miracle is descending. If you align your heart in this moment, you will receive what has already been formed. Delay is no longer relevant. Heaven has pressed send and your name is the destination. Michael stands as witness beside Gabriel. While Gabriel opens the scroll, Michael ensures it reaches you unscathed. That means any spiritual interference, be it fear, shame, sabotage, or distraction, has now been dealt with. Michael has cut away the spiritual static that blocked your clarity, that nagging feeling that something was always missing, that peace just out of reach, was not your imagination. It was the tension of a scroll trying to open while spiritual resistance kept the seal shut. But today, that seal is broken. Your assignment in this moment is not performance, it's alignment. Gabriel doesn't bring prophecy to those who perform well. He brings it to those who are ready. And readiness in heaven is not based on perfection. It's based on surrender. If you can say, I'm open, I receive, I believe, then Gabriel will hand you the scroll personally. If your hands are empty of bitterness and your heart is hungry for truth, then heaven says, you are next. Your name was chosen, and your scroll is open. Type I am anointed to get blessing 8026. You are not just being blessed, you are being authorized. This scroll carries divine authority, meaning it will grant you favor in places you were previously rejected. Doors that stayed shut will swing wide. People who ignored you will seek you out. Systems that once limited you will now make room for you. This is not charm or coincidence. It is prophecy fulfilled. Gabriel is handing you a new script. One where your voice carries weight and your presence carries heaven's power. But with this blessing comes stewardship. You cannot carry the scroll and also carry old habits. This is a moment to release what no longer matches your new chapter. The scroll demands purity, not in perfection, but in intention. Your next step will require discernment. Not everyone who smiles is sent by heaven. Michael has cleared the path, but you must choose where to walk. You are not a prisoner to your past. The scroll speaks of freedom. Let today mark the day you chose it. Tonight, light a candle or sit in silence and say, Gabriel, I receive the scroll written for me. Say it with conviction. Say it aloud. Let the angels know you are not passive. You are present. Heaven is watching for your response. If your heart leaps, don't ignore it. That is the sound of your spirit remembering what your soul forgot. You were born for this moment. The scroll is not just written for you. It was always meant to find you. And today, it has. If this word has stirred your spirit and ignited boldness within you, consider showing your support with a super thanks of $20. Your generosity empowers us to continue releasing prophetic guidance, clarity, and strength to those journeying from betrayal to blessing. You can also support our mission through PayPal donation by clicking the Support Here link in the video description. Every contribution makes a meaningful impact and helps us keep creating and sharing with you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you never miss a moment of divine instruction, heavenly insight, and spirit-led guidance designed for your breakthrough. Type I am chosen to get the blessing 6904. A miracle God is sending you isn't subtle. It will not whisper its arrival. It will announce itself in a way that even your doubters will have no choice but to acknowledge it. Gabriel's prophecy is not for silent victories. It is for loud transformation. This is the kind of miracle that interrupts your routine, dismantles your doubt, and builds something beautiful right before your eyes. It will be personal, but it will also be public. God is about to make an example out of you, an example of grace, favor, and unstoppable divine timing. You had moments where you questioned, was that God or just coincidence? But that question is about to be erased. The confirmation that's coming will be so clear, so undeniable, that even you will say, only God could have done this. Expect numbers to repeat, names to echo, and divine symbols to surface. This isn't superstition, it's synchronization. Heaven is aligning your external world with your internal call. And when heaven speaks, everything around you listens. Even the winds and the waves respond to his appointed word. Type I am rising to get the blessing 8447. The presence of Archangel Michael will intensify as the confirmation nears. You may feel a weight in the atmosphere, not heavy in burden, but heavy in power. That's Michael ensuring nothing interferes. If you feel restless or uneasy, don't run. It's your spirit expanding. Heaven is stretching your capacity to hold what's coming. You prayed for increase. This is what preparation feels like. Embrace it. Surrender to the shift. You are not breaking down. You are breaking open. What's being poured into you must overflow from you. And you will know its confirmation when it carries peace. Not perfection, not a full situation, but supernatural peace. His peace will surpass logic. It may not make sense to others, but it will sit right in your soul. When you encounter this moment, don't second-guess it. Say yes. Say thank you. Heaven will be waiting on your response. Sometimes the biggest delay comes not from the enemy, but from our hesitation. The angels are watching for your yes. Your confirmation requires your agreement. Type I am anointed to get blessing 9301. This prophecy is not only about arrival, it's about recognition. A miracle is coming, but will you recognize it when it does? Will you trust the nudge? Will you follow the divine breadcrumbs? Heaven isn't hiding from you. It's inviting you to look deeper. A dream you had last week. That person who keeps showing up. That opportunity that scares you a little. Don't brush it off. Gabriel speaks through patterns. Michael protects through disruption. Pay attention. What looks like chaos might be your corridor to clarity. You will also notice things begin to leave. Let them. When a miracle enters, what no longer fits must exit. Don't grieve what's fading. Celebrate what's forming. God is making room for your next level, and that requires separation. You don't need everyone to understand it. You just need to obey it. You are in a sacred transition. One step of faith is more powerful now than 10 steps of fear. Trust the process. Gabriel is not just announcing a blessing. He's escorting you into a new identity. Some of your greatest moments will come in silence. It won't always be with loud praise or emotional bursts. It may come in a quiet moment of surrender, a whispered yes, or a peaceful night where anxiety no longer rules. That's when you'll know heaven is here. Your spirit will calm. Your heart will steady. The scroll has reached its rightful place, and the miracle has entered your atmosphere. All that's left now is your recognition. Say yes. Say now. And receive what is already yours. Type I am ready to get the blessing 7922. Before you were born, the heavens had already whispered your purpose into existence. Your journey was never random. Every detour, every heartbreak, every moment you questioned yourself, it was all leading to this divine appointment. Gabriel didn't just stumble upon your name. It has been marked with divine ink since the foundation of time. Heaven has watched you, tested you, refined you. And now, because you did not break, because you did not give up, the miracle has been scheduled for release. You were always marked for this. Your name carries weight in the spirit realm. It's not just letters and syllables. It's sound waves heaven recognizes and hell fears. That's why you've battled so much resistance. The enemy always attacks what threatens his plans. But you, yes, you, have survived. And your survival was not without purpose. Gabriel is not coming to rescue a failure. He's coming to crown a warrior. Michael is not guarding a fragile soul. He's defending a giant in the making. You were born for this moment. That's why it's arriving now. Type I am rising to get the blessing 6159. You may look at yourself and only see the scars, but heaven sees the strength behind those scars. Every wound you thought disqualified you was actually evidence of your endurance. Gabriel brings this prophecy to the prepared, not the perfect. If you feel like the least likely, good. That's exactly who heaven chooses. The oil flows not on the proud but on the available. And right now, you are available. Your heart is open. Your spirit is listening. And that's all God needs to move. Michael has been with you longer than you realize. He stood over you the night you almost gave up. He blocked attacks you never even saw. You're here because he fought battles in silence on your behalf. The enemy wanted to convince you you were forgotten, but heaven was simply hiding you until the appointed time. And now the time has come. The seal is broken. The silence is ending. The sound of fulfillment is being released into your life. Open your hands, your miracle is falling. Type I am anointed to get blessing 8884. Many times, you felt overlooked. Others were picked, others were praised, while you remained in the shadows. But the anointing was building in the dark. Heaven was preparing you where no one could interrupt it. You were never left out. You were being set apart. Gabriel does not speak to those passing through. He speaks to those who have stayed the course. And that's you. You endured. You obeyed. You've cried and kept walking. Now you will be rewarded. Heaven never forgets endurance wrapped in obedience. This miracle coming is personal. It's tailored. Heaven didn't copy and paste a generic blessing. Gabriel's scroll carries the exact measurements of what your life has been lacking. The relationship, the opportunity, the freedom, the direction. It's been crafted for your soul. This is why it took time. Divine things aren't rushed. And that is why what's coming will last. It will be another temporary high. It will be sustained joy, permanent clarity, long-lasting provision. Heaven never sends partial miracles. It sends what completes what was broken. And when it arrives, you will question it. You'll feel the click, like a puzzle piece finally falling into place. And suddenly, your past will make sense. The pain will no longer sting. The delays will no longer frustrate. The people who left will no longer distract. Because everything inside you will say, "This is what I was waiting for." And heaven will echo, "Yes, this is what you were made for." Your miracle is not just on the way, it's already at the door. Let it in. Type I am chosen to get the blessing 9017. Heaven has issued a spiritual decree. Your shift is irreversible. What has begun in the spirit cannot be undone by man. Gabriel's message was not a possibility. It was a verdict. The moment the scroll bearing your name was opened, your timeline began to adjust. Doors that refused to open are now compelled to swing wide. People who once rejected you will be forced to watch your rise. Love for your glory, but for God. This is heaven's justice. You are no longer in waiting. You are in fulfillment. The shift may start quietly, but its effects will be loud. What used to drain you will begin to repel from your spirit. What used to confuse you will now become unmistakably clear. Gabriel's voice doesn't just inform, it transforms. You are not being inspired, you are being commissioned. And with that commission comes an upgrade. Your mind, your relationships, your atmosphere will all begin to evolve. Why? Because when heaven speaks, everything must respond. And you, child of God, are now the epicenter of divine activity. Type I am rising to get the blessing 7742. Michael is already placing barriers around your next level. You will go back to what broke you. You will return to people who drained you. The spiritual sabotage that once had access to you is now blocked. Michael stands between you and every false door, every counterfeit opportunity, every cycle meant to distract. This is divine insulation. You are being hidden and protected while heaven finishes the preparation. That's why isolation may increase. Don't panic. It means God is building something too holy to be touched by unclean hands. You may feel the pressure increasing, but that is the sign of birth. The closer you get to breakthrough, the more intense the contractions. But do not mistake pressure for punishment. Gabriel is not here to weigh you down. He's here to launch you forward. That weight you feel is the weight of glory. You are being trusted with a new assignment. With it comes revelation, responsibility, and reward. Heaven doesn't elevate lightly. You've been trusted because you've been faithful. This is your release point. Type I am anointed to get blessing 6481. Your discernment will sharpen in the days ahead. You will see what others cannot. Hear what others overlook. The Spirit will highlight certain words, people, or moments with divine clarity. Trust it. Don't doubt it. You are not crazy, you are chosen. This is the gift of alignment. When Gabriel speaks, your eyes adjust to heaven's light. No longer will you walk in fog. The path is being illuminated. And where clarity flows, confidence follows. You will not question your steps. You will walk in purpose. And those dreams, the ones you almost gave up on, they are resurfacing for a reason. Gabriel doesn't just bring new assignments. He resurrects old ones that were never meant to die. What you buried in disappointment, God is digging up in power. You will remember what you once believed. And this time, it will not end in loss. Michael is protecting it. Gabriel is announcing it. And heaven is watching for your agreement. Dream again. This time, it's different. This time, it's destiny. The irreversible shift means what was will never be again. You are not who you were last week, last year, or even yesterday. Something eternal is settling over your life. You are stepping into divine identity. With it comes favor, protection, direction, and presence. Heaven is pouring out what generations prayed for, and it's happening through you. Prepare your space. Prepare your mind. The shift cannot be reversed. The scroll has spoken. The angels are moving. All that remains is your yes. Type I am aligned to get the blessing 9823. When Gabriel delivers a prophecy, it doesn't just announce what's coming. It cancels what can no longer stay. As of this moment, the enemy's access to your path has been revoked. The patterns that once pulled you back will now lose their grip. The whispers of fear, insecurity, and self-doubt are silenced under heaven's decree. This is divine law in motion. The scroll released over your life has become a restraining order against every spirit that opposed you. You are no longer fighting for peace. You are being handed it. Michael is enforcing this decree with ferocity. He does not negotiate with darkness. He eliminates it. Every hidden snare, every planted lie, every soul tie designed to drain you is now under divine fire. Do not be surprised if certain connections fade or collapse suddenly. Do not mourn what heaven has removed. When access is revoked, it's because danger was disguised as loyalty. Trust that you are being rescued from what you didn't even know was poisoning you. Deliverance often comes disguised as disconnection. Type I am rising to get the blessing 7334. You've been tolerating things heaven never told you to accept. It ends now. This prophecy is not just a blessing, it's a boundary. Gabriel's scroll includes divine instructions for how to protect what is coming. The miracle is too precious to be placed in contaminated environments. Your voice is too valuable to speak into voids that won't listen. Your time is too sacred to waste explaining yourself to people not assigned to your destiny. The more you align with heaven, the more misalignment will feel uncomfortable. The weight you feel right now is not confusion. It's spiritual clarity colliding with your past agreements. You are breaking contracts with pain. You are divorcing delay. You are separating from self-sabotage. Gabriel's voice is a sword, not a lullaby. It cuts through deception. And as it slices away what once held you back, you will feel exposed, but also free. Don't reach for what's leaving. Let it fall. Michael is standing between you and every attempt the enemy makes to reattach. You are being covered. Type I am anointed to get blessing 8449. There is something sacred about this moment. It is not loud, but it is powerful. You are standing between two worlds, what was and what will be. You can feel the tension in your spirit. But that tension is a birthing canal. You are being delivered from false identities and stepping into the image God always saw. The enemy knew this day would come. That's why he tried to distract, delay, and destroy you. But he failed. Because heaven never stopped moving. Even when you stood still, you will no longer explain what God is doing in your life. The fruit will speak louder than your words. Your peace will preach louder than your defense. You are entering a season where results will replace conversations. You will not need to convince anyone that you are chosen. Heaven will confirm it with undeniable evidence. This miracle will carry divine fingerprints, and those who tried to curse you will watch as God crowns you. Gabriel did not bring this prophecy by accident. You were always the target. As you receive this now, remember, the scroll didn't just promise a miracle. It promised freedom, and that freedom begins with finality. Close the chapter. Let the door shut. Walk away from what dishonors your anointing. There is no space in your next season for yesterday's fears. Archangel Gabriel is still speaking. Michael is still guarding. And heaven is still watching. You are not behind. You are right on time. The enemy has been denied, and the throne has declared, it is yours now. Type I am delivered to get the blessing 9195. There's a divine restoration taking place, not just in your circumstances, but in your reputation. The whispers, the false labels, the misunderstandings that once surrounded your name are being dismantled by heaven's authority. Gabriel has come to clear the record. What others misjudging, God is correcting. You were not the failure they assumed. You were the forerunner being refined. And now, the oil of heaven is about to speak louder than every accusation ever whispered. This is your divine rebuttal, written in glory, sealed in truth. You will no longer have to defend your name. The miracle that's coming will do it for you. Heaven is releasing visible evidence that your journey was real, your prayers were heard, and your integrity was worth it. Every time you stayed quiet while being falsely accused, heaven recorded it. Every tear you cried when they misunderstood your heart, it echoed in the throne room. And now, Gabriel has descended with justice. Not revenge, restoration. Your reputation is being rewritten by the hand of the Holy One. Type I'm rising to get the blessing 7551. Michael stands behind you, silencing every lingering voice of shame. He is shutting down demonic chatter, lies that have tried to attach themselves to your identity. The guilt, the regret, the fear of how others see you, it's being incinerated by truth. You were never who they said you were. You are who God says you are. Heaven doesn't use gossip to define value. It uses grace. And right now, that grace is flooding every area where your name was mishandled. The cleansing has begun. Your voice is returning stronger. Once you were quieted by trauma, rejection, or judgment. But heaven is reactivating your sound. Your words will carry weight because they are birthed from purity, not pride. When Gabriel releases divine words, they reshape atmospheres, and so will yours. You'll speak in rooms that once ignored you. You'll create where others competed. Your presence will carry healing, not because you proved them wrong, but because you stayed faithful when it hurt. This is heaven's reward for holy endurance. I am anointed to get blessing 8617. Do not underestimate the power of this moment. When God rewrites your story, He doesn't edit a few lines. He restores the entire narrative. Everything is being restructured to match your true identity. People who left will wonder what changed. People who stay will watch you rise. And you will walk in full assurance that heaven knows your name and your heart. The restoration of reputation is not for applause, it's for alignment. You must see yourself the way heaven sees you before the blessing fully blooms. And yes, you'll be tempted to go back and explain yourself. But don't. Let grace do what arguments never could. The ones who need to understand will see. The ones who don't were never meant to. This new version of you won't beg to be seen. It will shine effortlessly, not in arrogance, but in authority. Gabriel didn't descend for you to hide. He came to announce that your time has come. And Michael ensures nothing stops what's been declared. So walk tall. Speak softly, but carry the full volume of heaven within. Your restoration will be seen in how you carry yourself. You're not vindictive. You're victorious. You're not loud. You're luminous. Your light will expose what light on you. Your peace will disturb the ones who thrived on your pain. But don't shrink. You're not stepping into pride. You're stepping into prophecy. Gabriel is still watching. Michael is still circling. And your name is still echoing through the courts of heaven. Type I am restored to get the blessing 6908. As Gabriel's scroll unravels further, your environment begins to adjust. What once felt familiar may start to feel foreign. That's not discomfort. It's divine recalibration. You're being moved out of emotional climates that no longer match your spiritual calling. Relationships, routines, and atmospheres are being realigned. This isn't instability, it's invitation. Gabriel's presence brings a shift in rhythm, because heaven refuses to bless what keeps you bound. Michael is clearing space so what's holy can enter. You are not being displaced. You are being positioned. You may sense changes you can't yet explain. People growing distant. Conversations drying up. Doors closing gently with no warning. Don't panic, this is protection. The divine must always be protected from the familiar. What used to comfort you may now conflict with your calling. That's why it's fading. It's not punishment. It's preparation. The more sensitive you become to this shift, the faster you'll see the reason. Gabriel is making room. The next season requires elevation, and heaven is trimming away what weighs you down. Type I'm rising to get the blessing 5864. A miracle doesn't come into clutter. That's why heaven is decluttering your world. And yes, some of it hurts. We don't always realize what's limiting us until it's taken. But Michael sees the whole path, and he knows what can't go with you. This is pruning for power. You are not being reduced. You are being refined. Think of it as spiritual architecture. God is remodeling your soul so that your new miracle has a place to rest. Gabriel will not drop a divine gift into a divided space. There's a frequency shift happening. Your discernment is sharpening. You're noticing things you used to ignore. That's because heaven has turned up the volume in your spirit. You'll begin to feel when a room is off, when a person carries hidden intent, when an opportunity is really a trap. Don't second guess it. That's not paranoia. It's prophetic sensitivity. Gabriel's message awakens dormant senses. You are being trained to walk like royalty, not react like a prisoner. Trust what you feel. It's heaven teaching you to see deeper. I am anointed to get blessing 7772. You may also notice sudden surges of energy, peace, or inspiration. These are not random waves. They are confirmation codes. Gabriel is speaking in layers now. Through dreams. Through numbers. Through timing. Pay attention. That song you hear 3 times in one day. That phrase someone speaks that echoes in your chest. These are signals. You are not alone in your awareness. The angels are coordinating your alignment. And the more you honor these divine nudges, the more guidance you'll receive. You are being trained for precision. This recalibration includes your thoughts. Old worries will start to feel foreign. Past fears will feel silly. And that's because your mind is being renewed to handle what's coming. A miracle isn't just external, it's internal. You're not just walking into blessing. You're becoming the blessing. Your presence will begin to shift rooms. Not because of ego, but because of embodiment. Gabriel's message wasn't just for your ears, it was for your cells, your emotions, your posture. Everything is rising to meet what heaven is sending. And when you feel the loneliness creep in, remember this. Heaven often prepares you privately before it promotes you publicly. Don't mistake the quiet for absence. This is your training ground. This is where heaven fine-tunes what hell tried to break. Let the recalibration finish its work. Don't rush into old patterns. Don't fill empty space with empty people. Gabriel is still writing. Michael is still guarding. A blessing is still forming. You're almost there. Let heaven finish what it started. If this word has stirred your spirit and ignited boldness within you, consider showing your support with a super thanks of $20. Your generosity empowers us to continue releasing prophetic guidance, clarity, and strength to those journeying from betrayal to blessing. You can also support our mission through PayPal donation by clicking the Support Here link in the video description. Every contribution makes a meaningful impact and helps us keep creating and sharing with you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you never miss a moment of divine instruction, heavenly insight, and spirit-led guidance designed for your breakthrough. Type I am aligned to get the blessing 8633. You asked, why is it taking so long? And heaven answers now. The delay was designing the details. This wasn't denial. It was divine development. Gabriel doesn't carry sloppy miracles. He carries precision promises, blessings that arrive when they are fully matured and you're fully prepared. What seemed like silence was actually strategy. The extra time wasn't empty. It was sacred. God was aligning people, resources, and timing that had to converge in perfect unity. Now, the appointed hour has come. The delay ends here. Every unanswered prayer, every closed door, every season where nothing made sense, it was all groundwork. If the blessing had come earlier, you might have settled for survival. But now you're ready for overflow. Heaven was building something durable, not disposable. Gabriel's scroll includes every tear, every prayer, and every promise. Nothing was lost. Nothing was wasted. Even the betrayal served a purpose. Even the confusion became clarity. And now, the miracle will arrive with meaning. The wait wasn't punishment, it was preparation for permanence. Type I'm rising to get the blessing 9920. The angels weren't ignoring you. They were insulating you. Michael stood between you and opportunities that would have drained your destiny. A job you didn't get. That person who ghosted you. A door that stayed shut. Thank heaven it did. Because Gabriel saw what you couldn't. He knew what was growing behind the curtain. And now that it's ready, he's pulling back the veil. You will walk into something so perfectly designed for you, it'll feel like déjà vu. That's because your spirit saw it first. Don't waste time regretting the delay. Embrace it as proof that heaven refused to let you settle. You are not late, you are layered. You carry more wisdom, more discernment, more depth now. This version of you can handle what's coming. Gabriel's scroll wasn't just waiting on the world, it was waiting on your maturity. Now you can see the assignment clearly. Now you can steward the blessing wisely. What's coming won't break you. It will build you. Because you've been tempered in waiting. Type I am anointed to get blessing 7418. There's a divine rhythm to all of this. Heaven operates in seasons, not seconds. And now your season has shifted. What once felt like winter now smells like spring. The ground is fertile. The skies are open. The angels are active. This is not random momentum. It's appointed movement. Everything is responding to God's cue. Your obedience has activated acceleration. What took others years will come quickly to you. Not because you're better, but because you're ready. The delay refined you until the promise could rest on you. Take a moment and breathe that in. You are no longer begging. You are receiving. You are not striving. You are aligned. The blessing is not being forced. It's flowing. Heaven is no longer testing your patience. It's rewarding your perseverance. Gabriel is releasing what was stored up. Michael is guarding it like treasure. And your name is still written at the top of the scroll. Everything is unfolding. Right on time. Right by design. And you, yes, you, are still the reason for the release. So lift your head. The delay is over. The enemy's timeline hath been interrupted. Heaven's timeline has begun. You will not miss what's yours. It cannot go to another. The scroll is sealed with your identity. A miracle carries your coordinates. And as of this moment, all things are working together. You will look back on the delay and thank it. Because what's coming is so detailed, so divine, it'll make perfect sense why you had to wait. Trust it. It was always worth it. I am prepared to get the blessing 8080. This miracle Gabriel is announcing is not small. It is surgical. It reaches deep into your bloodline and severs what has tormented generations. You are not simply being blessed. You are being used as a divine interruption. Heaven searched your family tree for someone who would say yes, and it found you. You are the breaker of patterns, the rebuilder of ruins, the one chosen to end cycles of pain. This blessing carries ancestral weight. You are about to succeed where others silently failed. You've likely felt it your whole life. The tension, the resistance, the pressure to conform to dysfunction. That's because hell knew what you carried before you did. What you didn't bend. You didn't bow. You endured storms that were meant to kill your purpose. Gabriel brings this message today to confirm. The curse ends with you. That quiet war in your soul wasn't imagined. It was spiritual. And now, Michael is on assignment to defend the generational shift you've chosen to activate. Type I'm rising to get the blessing 9013. You don't just carry healing. You carry reversal. Poverty becomes provision. Shame becomes honor. Drama becomes wisdom. What plagued your parents, what limited your grandparents, what hovered over your childhood, will not enter your future. You've outgrown the weight you were born into. Heaven is granting you clearance to walk freely in spaces your ancestors only dreamed of. Gabriel's scroll is your spiritual emancipation paper. And Michael is standing guard to make sure nothing from your past gets carried into your promise. Even if your family doesn't understand you, your assignment is still valid. You've always seen things differently, felt things more deeply. That wasn't weakness, it was sensitivity. That wasn't rebellion, it was recognition. You recognized the cycles. You noticed the silence. You felt the oppression no one would name. Gabriel is confirming what your spirit always knew. You are the one. Not by ego, not by force, but by divine designation. You don't owe them an explanation. You owe heaven your obedience. Type I am anointed to get blessing 7442. This blessing you're walking into is too powerful to stay private. Eventually, those who misunderstood you will witness your elevation. Not for revenge, but for revelation. They will see what favor looks like when it breaks through familiar walls. You'll become a signpost of what heaven can do when one person surrenders completely. The ones who doubted you will eat from the table prepared for you. And in your maturity, you'll feed them, not in pride, but in peace. Because Gabriel's prophecy doesn't just change outcomes, it changes hearts. Every step you now take is cleansing the land beneath your feet. Wherever you go, restoration follows. Don't be surprised if others in your family start healing, dreaming, forgiving. You've opened something spiritual that they'll experience in the natural. This is how legacy begins. Not with applause, but with alignment. Your yes to this prophetic word is echoing through timelines you'll never see. Children not yet born will benefit from the decision you make today. The scroll is active. The shift is generational. Michael is sealing this moment with spiritual fire, not to destroy but to sanctify. The bloodline is being purified. The soul ties are being severed. The curses are being canceled. This isn't emotional hype. It's heavenly reality. Don't downplay your role. Don't shrug off your weight. You are not just chosen. You are positioned. Gabriel's scroll is in your hands. Michael's sword is over your name. And the next chapter of your family's story will sound different because you rewrote the first line. Type I am the generational shift to get the blessing 9604. When Gabriel delivers a scroll, it doesn't just change your path, it changes your people. This next chapter of your life will not be walked alone. The miracle you are stepping into will require divine partnerships. Heaven is sending individuals who match your new frequency. Allies, not attachments. Builders, not drainers. People who don't just tolerate your growth but amplify it. Your circle is being edited by the hand of God. What's coming is too powerful to be surrounded by casual connection. You will begin to notice sudden introductions, unexpected conversations, and divine timing that brings the right people into your space. These will not be accidental. Gabriel is orchestrating alignment behind the scenes. Michael is verifying the intentions of those who enter your life now. You won't have to guess their motive. The Spirit will confirm it. Heaven is surrounding you with people who push purpose, not ego. Don't resist the shift. The prophecy includes partnership, and your spirit will recognize who was sent. Type I'm rising to get the blessing 5741. Let go of the need to explain your past to those entering your future. These divine partners won't need backstory. They'll feel your assignment. They're not coming to fix you, compare with you, or compete. They're coming to run with you. Gabriel doesn't just announce seasons, he aligns soldiers. You've graduated from circles that only offered comfort. Now, you're being surrounded by those who carry calling. Conversations will shift. Connections will deepen. These won't be networking moments. They'll be kingdom movements. Watch who arrives next. You will also find yourself releasing old relational habits. Codependency, people-pleasing, emotional chasing. All of it is losing grip. Why? Because heaven is restoring your value internally so it doesn't have to be externally validated. You will no longer chase what is yours by design. The peace in your spirit will outweigh the noise of your fears. When the right people come, it will feel like rest, not performance. Gabriel's prophecy doesn't call you to strive, it calls you to sink. And your soul will recognize the rhythm. Top I am anointed to get blessing 6893. Michael is also disconnecting you from partnerships that were seasonal. Some help shape you, but they can't stay. And that's not betrayal, it's divine movement. Every Moses had a Joshua. Every Paul had a Timothy. Every Esther had a Mordecai. You are being given your divine match, not just in love but in purpose. These people will pray for you when you don't ask. They'll affirm the word when you start to waver. Heaven never sends blessings to be carried alone. And yours is too big for one set of hands. These new partnerships may stretch you. That's intentional. They won't let you settle in mediocrity. They'll see more in you than you're comfortable with. But that's the point. God is using them as mirrors and messengers. They will not replace the voice of God, but they will confirm it. You'll feel seen, sharpened, and safe. And if someone doesn't bring peace, clarity, or acceleration, they are not part of this scroll. The new chapter requires new community. The old one taught you isolation. This one teaches collaboration. As you step into this, be bold. Say yes to the introductions. Say no to the distractions. Ask heaven for discernment before every connection. Gabriel is still speaking. Michael is still clearing. And heaven is still assigning. This moment is more relational than you realize. Your miracle will often walk in on two legs. Stay open. Stay discerning. Stay aligned. Your people are coming. Your table is being set. And the prophecy will not only bless you, it will surround you with those who multiply it. Type I am aligned with purpose to get the blessing 8902. There comes a moment when faith moves from the unseen to the undeniable, and this is that moment. Gabriel's prophecy was not sent to stir emotion but to release manifestation. The things you prayed for in private are about to be revealed in public. You won't have to convince anyone of what God is doing, because evidence will speak louder than explanation. The atmosphere is pregnant with proof. Heaven is tired of watching you explain why you still believe. Now, it will show them why you never stopped. Michael is preparing a stage, not for your ego, but for God's glory. You've been hidden, and now you will be revealed. The years of silence weren't punishment, they were preservation. You are stepping into the see it now season. People who questioned your endurance will witness your elevation. And it won't just be one blessing, it will be wave after wave. The scroll Gabriel carried was thick with fulfillment. You're not entering a moment, you're entering a movement. Supernatural evidence will now follow your name. Type I'm rising to get the blessing 9055. Watch closely. Your environment will start testifying. Conversations will shift in your favor. Opportunities will begin to chase you. Rooms that once ignored you will suddenly make space. You'll walk in, and the atmosphere will respond to your presence. This isn't imagination. It's subvertation. Heaven is marking you visibly now. You're no longer just anointed. You're appointed. The evidence will not be silent. It will surround you, confirm you, elevate you. This is what happens when prophecy matures. It demands visibility. Some won't be able to handle what's coming next. That's okay. Not everyone is meant to walk in this new dimension with you. Your miracle isn't meant to make others comfortable. It's meant to make heaven visible. You are becoming a living prophecy. Every step you take will echo what Gabriel announced. Your laughter will be proof. Your rest will be proof. Your overflow will be proof. You don't need to boast. Just breathe. Let the blessings speak. Let the scroll perform what it promised. Type I am anointed to get blessing 7780. This is when things move quickly. You feel acceleration. Don't resist it. Ride it. The pace of heaven is not like earth. What should have taken years will take weeks. What was impossible yesterday will be confirmed by morning. Expect supernatural timing. Divine delays are being reversed. Michael is clearing out the residue of old resistance. Every demonic obstruction is being handled. The tightness in your chest is breaking open. Breathe deeply. You're moving from survival into stability, and from stability into supernatural overflow. You will feel heaven's push behind your every step. Prayers that once felt dry will suddenly become declarations. Worship that once felt weak will carry fire. You are no longer begging for scraps. You are walking in covenant. The proof is not just around you, it's in you. That boldness you feel. That's Gabriel's presence stirring the scroll again. That clarity returning to your mind. That's Michael clearing interference from your spirit. What was scattered is being gathered. What was questioned is now confirmed. Let this be the season you stop explaining and start embodying. You are not the same person who doubted 3 months ago. You're not even the same person who prayed 6 weeks ago. You've grown into the fulfillment. And now fulfillment is growing through you. Evidence is not coming. It's here. Look around. Listen deeply. Breathe slowly. It's happening, and you are at the center of it, not by chance but by calling. The scroll is still unfolding, and the final line is already vibrating with glory. Type I am walking in proof to get the blessing 8888. This is the moment heaven hath been waiting for. The final seal has been set. Everything Gabriel announced, everything Michael defended, everything your spirit longed to see, it's all converging now. The prophecy is no longer hanging above you. It's landing inside you. The scroll has been read. The instructions have been given. The resistance has been removed. You are no longer living in hope. You are living in harvest. The season has shifted, and your name is still echoing in the halls of heaven. You have stepped through the threshold. You are no longer standing on the edge. You are inside the manifestation. Things are going to start moving with divine momentum. You'll feel days collapse into moments. You'll see long-standing issues dissolve with one conversation, one connection, one decision. That's not luck. That's fulfillment. The blessing is active. Gabriel has completed his delivery. Michael has ensured its safety. And now, it is your turn to carry what has been confirmed with faith, humility, and boldness. From this day forward, you must walk differently. You must speak from your scroll, not your scars. You must lead with clarity, not confusion. You must expect evidence, not fight for survival. This message was never about making you feel good. It was about making you free. And you are. The patterns are broken. The doors are open. The scroll is sealed. You are aligned. And heaven is rejoicing. This is your launching season. And it will not be delayed, denied, or dismantled again. Let the doubt fall away. Let the hesitation melt. Let the wonder return to your heart. You are no longer the one praying for breakthrough. You are now the one others will come to when they need a word. Heaven trusts you. That's why Gabriel came. That's why Michael guarded. That's why you endured. All of this was for this. You are the evidence. You are the fulfillment. And now, your only job is to walk in it, carry it forward, and let others see what obedience produces. You didn't just read a prophecy. You received one. You didn't just listen. You aligned. And for that, all of heaven has leaned in to surround you. The divine spotlight is on your obedience now. And you are ready. Your story is shifting. Your steps are ordered. And your name is forever written in the volume of this moment. The scroll has spoken. The angels have moved. The gates have opened. It's done. It's now. And it's yours. If this word has stirred your spirit and ignited boldness within you, consider showing your support with a super thanks of $20. Your generosity empowers us to continue releasing prophetic guidance, clarity, and strength to those journeying from betrayal to blessing. You can also support our mission through PayPal donation by clicking the support here link in the video description. Every contribution makes a meaningful impact and helps us keep creating and sharing with you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you never miss a moment of divine instruction, heavenly insight, and spirit-led guidance designed for your breakthrough. Type I am fulfilled to get the blessing 7771.